All right, so for this one, we are doing the Ctopp 2, which is the Comprehensive Test of Phonological Processing, second edition. There are two different test booklets, so this one we're going to do is for ages 4 to 6, but there's also one that's for ages 7 through 24, so you could get into an adult for that one. We're just going to go off of having a child who's 4 for this one here. So the front of the page is just your standard scoring. There are 10 different subtests in this test. The first one is elision. There are blending words, sound matching, memory for digits, non-word repetition, rapid digit naming, rapid letter naming, rapid color naming, rapid object naming, and blending non-words. For each subtest, there is directions, and everything the clinician is supposed to say is listed in red, which is really easy to follow along. But like I said, each subtest has a set of directions. A couple of the subtests do include a CD that you can use as well, but you wouldn't necessarily have to use the CD, as you can say what it tells you in the test booklet. The CD is just there to help. There are a few subtests that use a little booklet, such as the rapid digit naming has a few different pages on it with numbers and things like that. So that is one of the materials included with this. We're just going to go ahead and do a few from the first subtest. So the materials you need for this one would be none. The ceiling would be to stop after examining Mrs. 3 items in a row. Feedback would be to give feedback on items 1 through 14 only. So if they needed to keep going, 15 to 34, you would not be able to give any feedback on. And then to score it, a correct answer would be 1 and incorrect would be 0. So for the directions, let's play a word game. Say toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
Now say toothbrush without saying tooth.
Brush.
That's correct. Let's try the next one. Say cowgirl.
Cowgirl.
Now say cowgirl without saying girl.
Cow.
So for both of those, she got them right, so she would get a score of 1 for both of those. And then at the end of the test, there is a spot for the total score. So you can put your total score there, which you then would translate onto the front of your page to put as your raw score. And then we'll also look at the second subtest, the blending words. So for materials with this one, it says you can use a computer or other device to play the CD and blending words section. The ceiling would be to stop after the child misses 3 items. If the child asks you to repeat the sounds, you may play the recorded sounds one more time. If the child says the sounds separately, as in e rather than me, you do have to prompt by saying, try to say the sounds all together as a real word. This prompt can be used as often as needed, but only for items 1 through 12. So items 13 through 33, you cannot use a prompt for. And the same for this one with scoring. You record the correct answers as a 1 and the incorrect answers as a 0. So we're just going to do this one without the CD because we don't have a device for that one. So the directions are, on this page, you will hear some words in small parts, one part at a time. I want you to listen carefully and then put these parts together to make a whole word. Ready? Let's try one. So we would play it, and it says, what word do these sounds make? Cow, boy.
Cowboy.
That's right. Let's try the next one. What words do these sounds make? S, e, sh, l.
Seashell.
Good job. Now for both of those, she got them right, so she would get a score of 1 for both of those. And then same as before, you would put your total score at the bottom of that one. Now for the front of this one, like I said before, you would put your raw score, which would be your total score from each of the previous tests here. And then to get your age equivalency score, you would go to the test booklet and find the scores to get your age equivalent, and each subtest here is listed, so all 10 of them would be on here, so it's all kind of in one place. You would also get your grade equivalency, your percentile rank, and then that would also stem to get you a scaled score, which you could go here and see where they would rank as opposed to other people and their scores as well. And then just down here in section 3, there's a composite performance. So it takes each subtest and kind of groups them into their own separate tests or areas that would maybe need to be worked on. And you can get yourself the same, the sum of the scored scales, and then also the percentile rank. So that can also be found in the manual.